Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be doing, it's a bit of a mix, like first impressions, full face, testing, but it is a full face of one brand and it is MUA. If you saw my haul from my skincare week, you saw that I did pick up quite a bit of the MUA stuff. I have used MUA before. I do really like MUA, especially for the price. It is so affordable. But yeah, today we are mainly going to be testing this little guy, which is the MUA Pro Base. They released a foundation and a concealer. So we're just going to get straight into it. I will say the only thing that I'm not going to do, because I didn't pick one up, is bake under my eyes. I'll do that off camera with another like powder, just because I forgot to pick up a loose setting powder and my eyes crease no matter what. And if I'm going to give this like a fair test and a fair wear test, I want to do what I would like, as close to what I would normally do. So starting with this, which I can't get into, and it is the Pro Base Prime Oil with tea tree oil in it. It is supposed to give like a nice radiance to the skin, but as well it is for oily skin, combination skin. So yeah, that's quite slippy. Let's have a little look. So it's in a little dropper. I'm just gonna, it's quite runny, drop in like three places, which I would normally do with like my oil and my serums from my skincare. I did want to try one of their blurring primers, like to see if they were any good for like pore blurring, but they didn't have any in stock, so it's a no-go for that. I'm just gonna wipe my hands a little bit, just because that is an oil primer, so obviously my hands are a little slippy. Now I'm gonna go straight in with foundation today, just because I'm not doing a very heavy eye look. I'm just gonna put like a colour through the crease just to create a contour, and then yeah, quite a natural look for today. So I picked up the shade 140. I've got a feeling it's going to be too dark, but we are going to have to work with it because it is all I've got. I do like the spatula applicator because you can kind of get everything off the spatula. I don't know how much I need. So the claims are that it's full coverage, long wear formula with a matte finish. Let's have a look. I've got it everywhere already. Let's have a look and see. I'm going to blend out with a brush, which is what I would. Yeah, so I'm bringing it down my neck because it isn't quite the right shade for me. And it blends quite a lot, like blends out quite well. Yeah, so that's not quite the right colour for me. But I'm just bringing it, like I said, down the neck, blending it all out. Now I wouldn't say it's like full cake face coverage like the Maybelline Superstay, but it has definitely got some coverage. I mean, you can see that I had a couple of breakout patches. That's covered. It's completely evened my skin tone out. It's actually sitting really nicely over that oil, and that oil soaked in quite quickly as well, because that's one thing I do worry about with an oil, especially using it as a primer, is like letting it sink in and then how long to wait to put my foundation over the top. So I'm just going to take a little sponge and just pick up any excess, because I did put a little bit too much on. So I'm liking the finish on this, even though it's got the oil primer underneath. It's mattified down quite well, so I wouldn't be scared to use like a hydrating primer or really go in with like my serums and stuff like that on a morning. The only thing I've put on today is my L'Oreal Aqua Water foundation, moisturiser, and my SPF, and first impressions, without anything over the top, that looks really nice. Like I said, it's a bit warm for me at the minute. Couple of months when the sun's out, that shade will be perfect. Now I know this shade is going to seem really light next to it, and this is the concealer, and I wanted it in 110 or like 110, but every stand that was in the store, and it was quite like well advertised, they were sold out. So I went even lighter and went with 101. So I'm just going to use a little bit and blend it out and see what it's like. It says lightweight cover up for imperfections with smooth, flawless finish. I'm just going to put, it's quite a small dough foot. It kind of reminds me of like the Collection Last Imperfection, like that kind of size. I'm going to take my sponge like I normally would. Bring a little bit onto my lids just to prime them down. Okay, so that's brightened, it has brightened, but that's blended quite a bit. I wouldn't say it's the most full coverage, but then with the foundation underneath, obviously you've already got coverage there, but they're both blending together nicely. The reason I've done my eyes first is just because I didn't know if it would like dry down and blend out well. Yeah, so whoops. Yeah, so that has brightened a bit. I'm just going to add a little bit more, see how it layers up, and then like go on the rest of my face like I normally would. And all of these products are cruelty free as well even. So it's like full face MUA, full face cruelty free. And I did use some of the MUA stuff in my full face cruelty free the other week. I mean, you can see that's like brightened up like the centre of my face where I blended it out, so it definitely has got some coverage because it's brightened and it does reflect the light quite well. It's got like a matte finish, it dries down like the foundation has. They are sitting together nicely. so that's blended together nicely. I'm going to go off camera, bake under my eyes, and then we'll come back and like set the face and do the powder stuff. Okay, so I also did my brows while I was off camera, just because I know I've got an MUA brow pencil, but I can't find it. So let's zoom you in a little bit. I think we zoomed out. Wait. There we go. Gonna go in with the MUA pressed powder in translucent. I know they do this in 2 colours. This is the lightest. I'm just gonna use a big powder brush, pick that up, and just stamp that over my face. I would say if you don't tend to get that oily, to really maybe only set like your T-zone under your eyes, like where you crease, just because this is a very matte foundation now that it's fully dried down. I mean, like, there's no dew at all to my skin, even though we've got that oil primer underneath, so that will be nice to like see how it wears through the day. This eye's starting to water because I got my powder a little bit too close. I am now going to go in with this, which looks really dark, which is the bronzed matte bronzing powder in 120. It is quite cool tone, so I'm hoping I can like warm up and bronze. And then I've got a peachy blush anyway, so obviously that will warm up my cheek area. I'm going to take my normal regular bronzing brush, focus mainly at the backs of my cheeks. Sorry if you can hear the cat running backwards and forwards, she's just been fed, so she's going nutty. They do a shade lighter than this, but I like to bronze. I like to add a bit of depth to my face, not like too heavy, like I don't go too mad. I mean, some of you might think that I bronze way too much, but like as the day goes on, I feel a bit meh if I don't have my bronzer on. So I do like to bronze up. But all of these powders are sitting really nice on top of the foundation. Forgot it was called that. I'm just gonna swipe away this bake. And then I am gonna still use this one just because I think it will be a bit too concentrated for my nose. I'm just gonna just down the sides of my nose with this, just to make it look like my nose is still a part of my face. I really like this colour. This colour would be nice like to just go through the crease, like if you're on a rush day or if you're travelling light and you can't take a palette with you. This colour would be nice to like create a contour in the crease of your eye, just to give your eye a little something. Then I'm going to go in with the matte blush in Papaya Whip. I love this. I've practically worn it every single day since I bought it. Reminds me of the L'Oreal Just Life's a Peach, Just Peachy or whatever it's called, but it's like slightly lighter, so it kind of suits my skin tone a bit better at the minute because I am pasty. And the thing I like about this, because it's not pink, you can kind of like I've just done, dusted it kind of everywhere. So now I'm going to do the eyes. We'll do highlight last because I always do highlight last. I'm going to take this one, which is the Ultimate Undressed. As you can see, it's quite a cool tone palette, but I do really like this palette. It's good for like I say, natural, everyday, like just creating a contour in the crease. Yeah, so I'm gonna just grab a Morphe crease brush, and I'm gonna take the shade Charm, which is this middle one on the second row, and not chuck it everywhere, and just put that through my crease. Okay, so that's that through the crease. As you can see, it's just created like a shadow, like made the lid look a little bit brighter. And then the shade that I'm going to take next, just on the very outer corner, is Lavish, which is this one, which is quite like a grey toned nude. I'm just going to take a little bit and just add that on the same brush. Just add that to the outer corner a little bit, just to create more of a shadow on the outer corner. And the reason I'm using a fluffy brush, like a fluffy crease brush, is just because I don't want anything like too heavy or too dark, because I'm just, like I say, I'm just contouring my eyes technically. I'm going to just use really light motions. Okay, so as you can see, it's not really like changed it a lot, it's just add a bit of shadow, or a bit more shadow to the outer corner. And then the last thing I'm going to do is take the colour Puff, which is this one, which is like a satin finish. And I'm just going to put this right here. Just to brighten and bring like back the brightness on my lid. And then take the brush that I used for all the crease colours and just make sure it's nice and blended. Like you can see, it's not like really a metallic, but it's just like a satin, so it just brightens, reflects the light a little bit. And then I'm going to take this brush, which is the Jessup Luxe Soft Definer 227. It is clean, it's just stained from like a blue or a grey or something. And I'm going to take that first colour that we used, the one on the second row, and just add that to my lower lash line, just to smoke it a little bit. And then to finish the eye look, I'm just going to take that other colour that we used in the crease, the more grey one, and just focus that to my outer corner. And like I say, these are just, it's just like a really simple eye look. It's an eye look that I do like day to day normally. Just because it's super simple, but it gives a little something to the eyes. And then I'm just gonna wipe away because there's a tiny little bit fallout. Hardly any, but there is a little bit, so I'm just gonna wipe that away. And that's the eyes done, apart from mascara, obviously. And let's go in with some highlight. I'm gonna use the Shimmer highlight powder, if I can get it open, in Pink Shimmer. And it's gorgeous. Yes, it is a pink, so I know this won't be to everyone's taste, because I know not everyone likes a pink shimmer highlight. If I picked it up on my brush, there we go, that's better. As you can see, it's not like super blinding. I have got a lot more blinding highlights, but I do like this one for like day to day, because sometimes, especially if I'm at work, sometimes less is more in the salon. Obviously you still want to be able to show your work, like obviously your face is your work, but not all clients like that, so you have to show that you can do more and less pretty much. I'm just going to add that to my inner corners. There we go, so that is powders finished. So because powders are finished, I'm going to try and get into this, and we are going to try out this setting spray. Okay, so I picked this setting spray up just because I was like, what kind of thing. It is a cooling base and setting spray for all day long wear makeup. You can use it with your makeup, or you can use it just as like a standard cooling spray. So yeah, it says hold approximately 10 centimeters away from the space and ensure eyes are closed. Spray directly onto the onto the face in a swishing motion. So yeah, normal. So I'm just going to shake it a little bit because obviously it has been sat and it's just been on the shelf while it was at the shop. I do tend to shake all my setting sprays anyway. Okay, so it's quite a light mist. I don't even know if that's picking up on camera, that's how light it is. So let's have a go. Okay, so it is quite cold, it is quite cooling, I will give it that. And it smells amazing. It smells so good, and I've soaked everything else. Whoops. No, I've even soaked my mirror. That's no good. From what I can see, it's not like left any splotches or anything. It's given my skin a bit more skin-like look, a bit more definition, like not just powder sat on my skin, sort of sunk it all in a bit more. Yeah, I like that. And like I say, it smells amazing. I don't even know what it's got in it to make it smell like that, but it smells good. Whatever it is, it smells good. So I am gonna go clean my mirror because I can't even see anything out of that because I've sprayed it. And then I'm gonna come back. We're gonna do mascara and lips, and then we're finished. Okay, so the mascara that I've got to try is the Eye Define Lengthening Mascara. And I picked it up just because I liked the shape of the wand, and it says extends, elongates lashes to create a fuller look. So let's have a look. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Bad Girl Bang, because it's like a plasticky, like prickly wand, not a standard wand. One thing I will say, I don't know if that was because it was like the first dunk, but like, I know it sounds like that hole is too small and it takes too much product off. Like, it seems to take all of the product off the wand, and I'm having to dunk a couple of times just to get one coat on. But like I said, I don't know if that's because it's the first time I've used it, and again, it's been on a shelf in packaging, blah blah blah, it's not been used. So that is one coat. I mean, you can definitely see a difference. I'm going to do the other eye, and then we will do a second coat on everything. Okay, so this is the mascara on. I did actually go in with 3 coats on the top lashes and 2 on the bottom, just because if you know me, I like thick, clumpy, dark lashes. Yeah, I like it. I would definitely say it's made my lashes look a bit longer. Yeah, not a bad mascara, but like I say, it does take a little bit of work in. You don't have to wait, like, take your time with it. I swear the cat. You do have to take your time with it a little bit, but yeah, I don't mind that. So now, final step, and the last thing, or the last 2 things that I picked up because I haven't actually tried any lip products from MUA, and I picked up the lip or intense colour lip liner in Sincere, which doesn't want to come out the wrapper properly. I'm going to have to get that out in a minute. But it is like a nude, just a nude, and yeah, let's try. These are so soft, so soft. They go on so easily. And as you can see on my top lip line, I've just overlined slightly, but you can't see like my natural lip line at all. I really like these lip liners, and I think they're only about £1 or £2. I really like that. That goes on so nicely. Oh no. Have to sort that later. The last thing that I picked up a velvet lip lacquer from MUA Luxe, which is just like the slightly more, it's still cheap but slightly dearer range, and it's a long wear matte finish lip lacquer. And I did swatch this on my hand, and I said that it felt like non-drying, no nothing, and there it was on my hand, and that's like silly because obviously I'm swatching it on my lips, but I couldn't even tell that I had anything on my hand. So I'm looking forward to trying this, and I picked this up in the shade Posy, so let's have a go. Oh, it smells so sweet. One thing I will say, if you don't like it, like your lip products too overly fragranced, you may not like this, just because it is, like I say, very sweet smelling. Okay, so I'm just going to let that dry down for a minute. What I'm going to do is spray a little bit more setting spray, just because I like the way that's made my skin look. I love the way it smells. It kind of reminds me of like aloe vera-y, tea tree kind of smell. Yeah, I like the way it's like making all my products sync together. And while my face is just slightly damp, oops, I'm just going to go in with a tiny bit more highlighter. Not loads, just a tiny bit. There we go. So yeah, that's how my skin is looking. I mean, you can see it like now the natural light comes out when I wanted to film with natural light today, because I just think that that is the best way to test, like to see what foundation actually looks like in natural lighting. Obviously artificial lighting, it's quite harsh, whereas natural day lighting, that is what you are going to look like all day. That has dried down now, that lip lacquer, and I think I've made a mess. Yeah, like I say, the shade 140 is slightly too dark for me, but it's definitely workable. It's not like, yeah, it's too dark. Like my hands are quite pink, but the rest of my body isn't really pink. I'm just really pale, but my hands are quite pink just because they're in water every day and they do get quite dry. But now what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you the time. So makeup is all complete. It is 10:39, I promise. 10:39. I'm going to go off, I'm going to go to work, I'm going to do my daily stuff, and then I'm going to come and check in with you a bit later to see how this foundation's wearing up. I am back. I left my phone in the room because it's on charge, but it is now 20 to 8 at night. So I have had this makeup on a good 9 hours, 10 hours, something like that. But as you can see, I'm a little bit, well, oily. I'm oily on my forehead and on my nose. Obviously I'm just showing you like at distance what you would see like if you was looking at me face on, but I will come up close in a minute. But I know it sounds silly, I kind of don't mind this amount of oil looking in at like my big mirror where my lights are. I don't mind this amount of oil because I have got foundations. I mean, bearing in mind today I have not powdered down at all, like nothing, not at all. I didn't realise the dryer was on. But I will powder down on camera so you can see, and we can both see how it all like sits, if a powder sits on top of it well after it's been on this long. But I'm just going to come closer. Got my mirror here. The only thing I will say, hay fever's playing up a little bit today, and it's been cold, really cold today. So like if I'm like missing any like just around the edges of my nose, it's just because I had to like blow my nose because of hay fever. But let's come up close. Okay, so as you can see, I've like got a little bit of red showing, but like I said, that's more because I've had to like touch my nose a little bit more. It's not sort of settled or anything really bad. A tiny bit. I've definitely had worse. My chin, I look like I've got a little dry patch here, but I don't think I have. I think I have been lent on my chin though, because I look like I've taken off a lot of the foundation on my chin. My skin is looking pretty good. Like I say, obviously my forehead is oily, but my forehead is the place that I get oily first. Well, my forehead in between my eyebrows and my nose is the place that goes oily like straight away pretty much. But I'm going to grab the powder, so the pressed powder that we used earlier, and my fluffy brush, and I'm just going to take a little bit on the brush and just stamp over it. Oops. Okay, so I can't quite figure out if this is from obviously me blowing my nose or if it's gone like a little bit separated like around here, obviously because like I say my hay fever's been playing up. I'm not sure which that one is, but as you can see that's powdered down quite nicely. It's gone, like it's not gone bad on my forehead or anything where I have powdered down. But one thing I'm going to do, close that, you know what a mess I made this morning. I'm just going to take a little bit of setting spray just because I want it to like sink in to my skin as we would when we've put powder on the face in the morning. But I'm just going to put like 2, maybe 3 squirts on. And again, it smells so good. I forgot how good it smells. But I don't know if you can see, that sort of just brings more of a skin-like look back to like my forehead, because that powder does mattify like pretty much completely, but that is just given like a bit of a luminous shine back to my skin without being oily. So yeah, I would be quite happy to wear this foundation out and about most days, every day to work. I mean, I do an 8-hour day, sometimes longer, in the salon, and I have had this on well over that time and it has held up very well. Like I said, the main thing that we were testing was the foundation and the concealer. The concealer, not quite as high coverage as I would normally go for, but definitely brightening enough. Another couple of standout products that I really liked was the bronzer. I did wonder if it would be a bit too dark for me because, as you can see, it is very dark compared to my natural skin tone, but I really liked it. It went on, blended out quite nicely. It didn't like stick in one place or anything like that. Yeah, I did really like the lip colour. I don't know if you can see, like, it's come off a bit. I mean, I've eaten, I've drank, obviously I've been talking a lot, as I normally do, but as you can see, like, it's come off in the middle of my lips, but I have not topped up my lips at all today. Like, done nothing to them at all, and from afar I look like I'm still wearing a lip colour. It's not until like I come up you can see where it's come off in the middle. But yeah, I give this foundation a thumbs up from me. I like it. I hope you do like it. Like I said, all MUA products are cruelty free. Some of them are even vegan as well. So not only was this a full face of MUA and testing the foundation, it was also a full face cruelty free. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up. I am now going to take my makeup off, go and wash my hair. I would do another check-in, but like I say, I just want to wash my hair. I'm ready to get my makeup off and I'm ready for bed. So I will see you all next time. Hope you enjoyed it. See you later. Bye.